how it works. And welcome to Help Desk with Joe. This is show number 130, and we're here at the Spencer Patch Turned Up Studio. And with me, as always, Justin.
Morning.
And Joe.
Morning, guys.
Justin's got a new toy.
I heard. I heard the rumor.
Yeah. Hit it with us once. Hit it once.
Yeah, let's test it
Let's
out.
test it out. What we got? Nice, the buzzer. This is like the Gong Show gone bad.
When you buy the Gong Show from Wish.com.
Anyway, it's another wonderful day here in Spencer and in the technology world. And Joe, as always, you're bringing news of technology updates and current events that people need to know about in their personal lives or their business lives. So I always like it. And show 130, man, we're a third of the way through another centennial type deal.
It's crazy.
We just keep knocking them out of the park here. So good to see, good to be a part of. Always exciting. And I love it when you give us I'm just going to throw this out there. There is no Apple story today that I know of, at least officially on the docket.
No.
And I really get a kick out of telling my Apple friends, hey, listen, you got to go update this. They're like, oh, no, it does it automatically. I'm like, no. You got to go do the update because your Apple serenading is just, just the thing that you do. But you have to go do this update in order to save yourself. Are you sure? I'm like, listen, it's not me. I understand, because I had this conversation last week. I was like, it's not me. Believe me, I understand that you don't trust that I know anything about technology. And I said, that's valid. I would not trust me with any technology news either, but this comes straight from Joe. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're IT guy? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So then they did it. I was like, man.
It's like, show me your credentials. So you show your credentials, and it's like, okay.
Well, but after I thought about it a second, I was like, I completely understand. I wouldn't listen to me about any technology stuff either, because they know my struggles.
Right.
They're like, wait a minute, this guy's trying to pass off technology stuff? Nah, I'm not buying. But I mentioned your name, and they're like, yep, okay, got it. Yeah, I already found it. Yeah, I'll update this.
Yeah, we can't trust Dave that we know, but we won't trust his IT guy that we have no idea who he is.
That's fun. That's true. I mean, because the other updates I told them came from you as well.
Yeah.
And so they understood that part. But yeah, it's funny. I give them a hard time about their iPhones all the time.
Well, it's good.
Yeah. I texted Kale. He doesn't even question anymore. He's just like, okay, got it.
Yeah. Whatever Joe says, I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, he knows it's coming from Joe.
Yeah.
He knows that I can't get this stuff on my own. So he knows if I text him something about technology, it's coming directly from Joe. So I'm that Muppet that just regurgitates the information.
But it's value in information.
Yeah. I mean, again, they're getting it from me, so I feel like they still think it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
You might just be messing with us because we have iPhones and
right.
he knows to jerk our chain, but then again, it probably is true because it's come from Joe. So
yeah.
Because that's the only way he would know about any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have all these imagined conversations in my head about how technology is passed on from me and taken by other people.
Yeah.
So, it's always fun in my head.
Right.
Anyway. On with the news today. So, Joe, you're bringing us some good stuff. Justin's got his buzzer to try to keep us on topic.
Yep.
Good luck with that, by the way.
Yeah.
And, we were already off topic, and you didn't buzz a thing.
Yeah.
So.
The intro, you're allowed a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I'm like Colbert. I get my own little monologue time.
Yeah.
I can wander wherever I want.
Once we dive in, though, it's going to get serious.
I see how it is. I didn't realize that was the format of the show.
Yep.
But anyway.
Justin's going to need an ice pack after the show for his finger. I just get this feeling.
His phone battery's going
Yeah.
20%. I don't know what happened. Well, anyway, so you got some good information for us today. Let's start off with GoodRx, which...
Never heard of it.
I asked him if it was the nutritional herbal supplement company. I don't. Now that I think about it, I don't know what I was thinking because I was like, why would Joe? Now that I say it out loud, Joe, why would you talk about herbal supplements on a technology show?
Exactly.
But that's where my mind, I was like, GoodRx sounds like one of those herbal supplements. Joe, what the heck's going on here, buddy?
Joe's completely gone off topic.
Well, you're like, no.
Incorrect.
Very well deserved on my end of a stern no. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, so GoodRx. Obviously, I don't know what it is,
okay,
but I assume you're going to tell us.
So let me first tell you what GoodRx is, then let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So GoodRx is a medicinal discount app, like for over the or prescription drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah. stuff like that.
That makes sense with the whole RX thing.
Yes, so you can download the app, and then you can, like, if you need a certain prescription, you can check all the pharmacies in your area and get the best price and actually show them the GoodRx app, and sometimes you can get an even bigger discount.
Nice.
Well, so you say, sir.
Not nice. Justin, hit the buzzer.
So the Federal Trade Commission fines drug discount app for sharing user information to Facebook and Google. It's it's the agency's first enforcement action under its health breach notification rule. So the Federal Trade Commission has slapped prescription drug discount app GoodRx with a $1.5 million fine for unauthorized disclosure of customers' identifiable health information with third parties such as Facebook and Google. This is the first time the agency has taken enforcement under its health breach notification rule, which requires vendors of personal health records to notify customers if their data has been breached. While the rule has applied to companies handling health records since 2009, FTC commissioners voted in favor of expanding it to cover health apps in 2021. According to the FTC, the California-based telehealth service repeatedly violated the rule by sharing customers' personal health information, including their health conditions and the medicine they're taking. Further, it shared their information with companies that have third-party advertising platforms like Facebook, Google, and Credo, despite making promises to customers that they would never do so. The FTC says GoodRx also monetized its customers' information in 2019. For instance, it uploaded the email addresses, phone numbers, and mobile advertising IDs of users who purchased certain medicines to Facebook so it can target them with health-related ads.
And how much did they get fined?
$1.5 million.
That doesn't seem like very much for all the damage they just did.
Right.
Huh.
But
Kind of interesting right there at the end. You said like their emails, phone numbers, and mobile. What was it? Mobile advertising ID. So that's
Yes.
basically like a way for when you're using the internet. It's like your little ID that can be advertised to, like
yeah. Yes.
IP sort of, or
Well,
cookie based.
It's even more unique than that. It's like built into your phone. Like it's a unique ID to that device. So then, when you go online and do searches, you wonder why Facebook always dumps those same ads, because somehow it's picked up your unique advertiser ID and like, ooh, Justin's looking for work boots. So guess what I'm going to blow his phone up with on ads.
Yeah,
This
that
is
happens
just-
too.
Yeah.
straight up like the social dilemmas, or what was it called?
Yeah.
Social
I mean,
media, yeah.
Just very in line. I mean, that's the first time I've heard about you know, when you are on the internet, you have your own ID to be advertised.
Yeah.
Like your profile, just like in the documentary, for me, and like, okay, here's what they like, here's what we gotta try to sell them.
Yeah, here's what health conditions now. Here's what health conditions Justin has.
Well, Justin,
Oh,
get your
man.
telethon speech ready. 'Cause,
Okay.
GoodRx in 2022 had a revenue of $187 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now the bad news, and coming into 2023, at the tail end of 2022, they had a net loss of 41 million. So they made 187, but then right at the end of the year, which I'm assuming is because of all this shakedown, they lost 41 million. So that gives them a net profit of 140 million.
And now you can add 1.5 million to that loss.
Yeah. So I feel like that's super, like just barely even a slap on the wrist that you made a profit of 141 million for the year, and we're gonna take 1.5 away from you.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there were some class action lawsuits over this, because that's a breach of terms of service.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that's a breach
yeah.
of contract at the bare
I
minimum.
just mean that's the best they can do.
Yeah.
1.5 when they're sitting there looking at 140 million profit,
Right.
and that's not, that's being gracious, I think. Because
Right.
really for the year they had 187 million.
But what I'm wondering is who on the board of directors at GoodRx made the government mad enough for them to go after it? Because they've had this rule since 2009.
Yeah.
They've expanded it in 2019. Here we are in 2023, and they're just now enforcing it. So what did GoodRx do in the background that we don't know about?
Grease the wheels a little bit and said, listen, we need another couple of years to, we got to get to that 180 million net profit. That's net profit. That's not gross. That's net.
Yeah.
So that's the good one.
Have you ever used that, Joe, just to test it out? I mean, I wonder if would it work here in Spencer? Would it
Yes,
like
yes, it
compare
has.
Walmart to
Yeah.
Willow and all that?
Yeah, Cena and I, we've used it a few times, and you got to be careful with it, because sometimes, for example, I ran a nail in my foot last summer and had to go get a tetanus shot. Did you guys know like you can go to like Walmart and get a tetanus shot?
I didn't know, but
Really?
Yeah,
they got COVID shots, so I figured maybe that kind of
Who
makes
gives
sense.
these shots?
the pharmacist.
I didn't know pharmacists were qualified to give shots. I mean, not that's like a big deal, but
Yeah,
I kind of assumed you just wanted to be like in a doctor's office in case it all went bad.
I was like, well,
I'd hate for it to go bad and pass out on like the floor of Walmart.
Well, that's likely to happen to me anyway, regardless of. I don't do blood
Don't do
needles and
shots.
all.
Really?
No,
Well, that's
it's
what I mean. That seems sketchy to say. Okay, hey, come in here at Walmart and not that our pharmacists are bad. Most of our pharmacists I know really well.
Yeah,
And I would trust them with whatever. But
Right.
I'm just saying, if someone had
excluding Spencer pharmacists, just excluding Spencer Walmart pharmacists, just the idea.
I just mean, if you're sitting at Walmart out in the aisle there to get your shot and you pass out, you're in the floor of Walmart. That's kind of rough.
Yeah,
Whereas at least if you're like at Family Healthcare, where in general it's a medical facility with a doctor and emergency protocol kicks in and they're like, all right, we got doctors, nurses here, we'll fix this.
right.
Walmart, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts didn't want to take a chance of sitting in like urgent care
Yeah.
for 45 minutes to an hour, taking a chance of catching COVID and whatever else was floating through there just to get a tetanus shot.
That's a good point. You're right.
So I was like, I'll take the gamble. I'll take the gamble of passing out in Walmart.
I don't mind licking Walmart's floor. It'd be great.
Just how gross could it be? But
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I mean, you can. I don't like going to urgent care and stuff like anyway. Because you're right, man. Because if you're in there, it's because you're hacking, coughing, flu, RSV, COVID. Who knows?
yeah, you got some kind
You're
of
dragging
crap.
all that crap through there.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
So
good
go-
RX.
So using the GoodRx app, it was actually cheaper at
back
this
to that,
particular
right.
at this particular time.
Yep.
It was cheaper for me to pay out of pocket than it was using the GoodRx app because it was going to be like $10 more.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that ever work? It's cheaper to pay out of pocket.
That was one of the rare occasions.
They were mad at you because you didn't share your information.
Probably.
So you think they'll stop selling folks' info now that they're under the microscope a little bit here? You would think
it'd
they
be in their
would.
best interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, at least.
Yeah.
For a little while.
Yeah, we'll stop for another 6 months and then we'll start up again.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know, Joe. I had no idea, and it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to the social dilemma.
Yeah.
The app is free,
Yeah.
so
They have to agree to something.
Yeah, they got to be making money somewhere. But I think what their biggest problem is when they came up front and said, "We'll never sell your data."
Yeah.
Now, if they was up front or left that verbiage out of the terms of service, I think they would have been fine.
Well, like the social dilemma said, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
Bingo.
So yeah, you got to know that. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to know that, but you should know that.
Right.
You have
So hold on. So where are we going with this? Are you just giving people the update if they use GoodRx, their information's been shared?
Yes.
Okay, regardless of what GoodRx said.
Right.
Nice. And besides the really minuscule slap on the wrist that they got for 1.5 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and just a heads up, if you may be getting emails about class action lawsuits coming soon.
Justin, get your beds ready.
okay.
This is my soapbox for the day. They'll slap a small little tap on the wrist for something like that, but instead our government is worried about the dumbest stuff in the world.
Yes.
Comparatively.
Yes.
I mean, at what point does sharing someone's medical information, billing information, home information, and all that jazz not take precedence over the dumb stuff our Congress and our local legislators are all worried about?
Right.
And I only say that because I know what's on the docket for the local legislation, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Can't we worry about education, more funding for teachers and classrooms, or
Right.
How about the potholes on our roads?
Well, there's an idea. Yeah,
Let's do something like that. But instead, they're worried about this whole tax thing. How can we not fund education or our roadways, but save you tax money? Let's sort out that issue. That stuff's been around for 100 years.
Right.
Come on now.
One of the county commissioners I was talking to, we was at that Meet the Candidate, and he was talking with one of the legislators back before the election, and it was that whole tax when they was trying to redo everything. He said, "How?" And they said, "Well, we'll use the money from the surplus. And he looked at the representative and said, look, how can we have a surplus and the roads be in the shape they are? He said, if there's one pothole, we don't have a surplus.
Oh, yeah.
He's absolutely right.
Oh, and a shortage of teachers? I mean,
Yeah.
put that money into recruiting teachers in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, here's a thought. Yeah, put the money to work.
I want to say the last statistics I saw was like 12,000 teachers short in West Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's massive. We're a small state.
Right.
And I don't understand it, and it frustrates me to death, and I email my legislators probably once a month. Because they always, I will say this, Alex Mooney is a scoundrel. My gosh, I will throw him under the bus. He sends out these emails, working hard for you. And I'm like, no, not at all. The issues you're working on are the national platform that have nothing to do with me driving to work every day and dodging potholes and nothing to do with, my kids going to school. I get a call every day. These buses aren't running because we don't have bus drivers.
Yeah.
And hey, driving a bus is a hard job.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't pay very much.
No.
But that's the state's fault. They ought to raise the rate for bus drivers. They ought to recruit bus drivers. Teachers ought to get paid more. State road workers ought to get paid more. Or state police ought to get paid more. I mean, these people they keep the wheels moving in our society. And
Right.
they get just...
EMS too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we know local turmoil here with EMS trying to get that sorted out.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about that, at least in my opinion, nobody thinks about that kind of thing. You're like, oh, yeah, it doesn't really, it's in the background.
Yeah.
But by golly, you have an accident or you have a heart attack, you want your EMS people to show up and to be, feeling good about their job and wanting to do their job well.
Right.
You don't want them to say, sorry, we were short a crew today just because we don't have funding.
Well, and you don't want some knucklehead like me that's completely unqualified, and as soon as I see like blood on the floor, I'm passed out beside you. You don't want that.
Well, I was going to say, Joe, if I go down, please, no CPR for me. You can do the chest compressions, but don't be
Okay.
No mouth.
No mouth.
Let that go. Just let it go.
Let him die.
Just let me go. No, DNR. That's all I'm saying. But no, that really bothers me that you're sitting there. Your story is about a legislator says surplus. Spend it.
Yeah.
Now West Virginia needs about $11 billion a year from the federal government just to work.
Right.
Because we're always in a budget deficient. So we rely on states like California, New York, Texas. That California is the 5th largest GDP in the world. Did you guys know that?
No.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're their own GDP, so they make more money than the rest of the world, excluding the top 4.
Wow.
And and people are like, oh, California can go be their own state. I'm like, no. They're our cash cow. West Virginia needs $11 billion of that just to survive as a state. And then it baffles me how we have a surplus. A surplus of federal money.
Right.
But anyway,
Well,
that's my soapbox for the day. It just drives me nuts that we don't take care of the people that keep our society working.
Well, and speaking of national platform, West Virginia is not alone in this. I mean, it's a nationwide issue with the teachers and the police and the EMS and all that. But yet, they want to talk about national platform issues. Well, why aren't these issues making the forefront of the national platform? Because West Virginia, it's not a West Virginia issue. It's a nationwide issue.
Well, Mooney's from Maryland. He still lives in Maryland. No, that is not a lie. So here's my own personal story. Justin, you're doing a terrible job with that buzzer, by the way. My own personal story. So if you go to D.C. and you want a tour of the congressional chambers and all that stuff, you have to go through your specific legislator.
Right.
So ours is Mooney for Roane County. And I went in there, and some kid from Ireland gave us the tour, and he kept saying we. And I was like, time out, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Ireland, because he had a really strong accent. And he was the intern. And I was like, time out. First of all, you can't say we anymore, because you're Irish. You're not an American citizen. He goes, yeah, I know, but that's what I have to say. I was like, not to me, you don't. So, you don't share any of this government with me, so stop saying we.
Yeah.
Just say you, or, just...
Right.
Anyway, so I was aggravated. And this all stems from this story. I was like, how did you get this internship? He goes, well, my dad does cattle business with Alex Mooney's dad. And so I needed an internship, and this was a great opportunity for me. So I went back to the office after we got done with the tour, and I was like, time out. How is it that this kid from out of our country gets this internship instead of a West Virginia kid?
Yeah.
We're cheating a West Virginia kid out of a really good opportunity.
Right.
To have a really good internship. And I was like, Tom, wait a minute. Where are you from? And I was asking this to the main lady there, and she's like, Maryland. Like, time out. Who in here is from West Virginia? Out of the 11 people, none of them were West Virginians. So all of Alex Mooney's office, now this was 4 or 5 years ago, all of Alex Mooney's office was Maryland people.
Wow.
And the internship went to an Irish kid that had a cattle deal with his dad.
So literally one of his farming buddies, basically.
Yeah, they had some sort of deal or friendship, I don't know. But I was so mad, I fired off the horrible email to Alex Mooney. I was like, you scoundrel. There should at least be one West Virginian in the daggone West Virginia office.
Yeah,
Come on.
because you don't even count.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And so I asked, and so yeah, anyway. But you know, hey, we re-elected him, so yeah, we must have. And people wonder why our issues for Roane County aren't getting handled at the national level. There you go. I mean, it gives me a little appreciation for Shirley Moore Capito and Joe Manchin. At least they're actually West Virginians.
Right.
They got that going on.
And Jim, he's from West Virginia too, right?
Jim Justice.
Yes.
So he's from the coal fields.
Yeah,
He is,
Greenbrier
but
County.
he has a lot of business in Kentucky. So I don't know where he actually lives. I know he
Green-
doesn't live at the Capitol. Like he's supposed to.
Greenbrier County.
Now he said he's running for Senate. He's going to run for Joe Manchin's spot.
But that's where his residence is Greenbrier County.
Well, I mean, Mooney has a residence in West Virginia now too.
True.
His wife still has their main house in Maryland. Yeah.
Good point.
I asked all those questions. I was so mad. Gosh.
YouTube TV?
YouTube TV!
So YouTube TV drops the MLB Network after failing to renew the deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a big deal though? I mean, how many people go to YouTube TV to watch an MLB?
I know my brother-in-law does.
Okay. I mean, I have no idea. I don't do any of those things.
So it was part of the base plan that YouTube TV offered was their $65 a month base plan, and this was part of your package that you got was the MLB Major League Baseball Network. So YouTube TV has dropped the network from its service after failing to renew an agreement, according to a statement from YouTube given to The Streamable. It says, quote, "You will also lose access to any previous library recordings from this channel. Members will be able to continue watching select national MLB games via coverage on Fox, ESPN, and TBS through our base plan," end quote. The dispute appears to be over compensation, according to a statement from MLB Network. They say, quote, "YouTube TV has unwilling to negotiate a fair carriage agreement consistent with what close to 300 other U.S. providers have agreed for distribution," end quote. MLB Network's part of YouTube TV's $65 base plan was one of the few that carried 4K content as part of YouTube TV's 4K Plus add-on. So basically, YouTube TV says, we don't need you.
Really?
But for all you MLB Network fans, there's still some hope. They can still, baseball is far from being started.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still plenty of time for the two to sit back down to the table and renegotiate and maybe come to some kind of agreement.
Well, I'm assuming you can watch baseball games somewhere else, though, right?
Oh yeah. So if you're looking for MLB Network, here's some alternatives. If you have cable through Altus or now Optimum, you can get it there. AT&T Uverse, Charter Communications, or Spectrum. Comcast, Cox Communications, DirecTV Streaming, Dish, Fubo TV, Sling TV, and Verizon Fios, and many others. The
Wow.
MLB
Okay.
Network announced that.
So they didn't have like an exclusive deal that
No,
boxed
no,
you
no,
out?
no.
Okay. Well, yeah. So only if you have YouTube TV.
Isn't Fubo kind of sports based?
Yes.
Fubo
Yeah.
TV too?
Yes. Yes.
What's that stand for?
I have no idea. Yeah, Fubo is the sports fans streaming
Yeah.
platform.
And you're gonna have regular commercials, like it's pretty much just like you'd see on Dish or somewhere
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on YouTube
Right.
TV. Okay.
Yeah.
I know they always hit me, start your free trial now with YouTube TV, and I never do it.
Smart.
I haven't tested YouTube TVs. I love Sling so much it does what I need, and I just never moved.
Hey, I understand. If you're happy with the product, why change?
Exactly.
All right. YouTube TV causing distress with the Major League Baseball people.
Yeah.
I don't watch baseball, so yeah.
Well, negotiating tactic maybe.
Yeah.
Drop them and then resume talks later.
Yeah, they'll probably wait till it's closer to the season and, well, maybe we do need to. But if it's the same deal everybody else is going with, it's kind of dumb.
Which one do you think's negotiating with the other though? Because how much does MLB care who picks them up since they have so many other options? Or
No, that's the thing. The ball's in MLB's court because YouTube TV, I guarantee, will start losing subscribers, and then they'll turn around and go, "Hey, you know that deal you offered us 3 months ago? Is that still a good deal?
Yeah.
Because we'd like to have it back."
So somebody back there is like, drop MLB, bloody brilliant.
Exactly.
2 months later, who was that guy? Why did we listen to him?
Yeah.
Where's Justin with the buzzer when that happens?
Yeah. Wasn't he the intern from Ireland?
We need to do this.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was crazy. It took me a little while to catch on. Like it took 10 minutes, and he kept saying, "Well, when we, cross the Delaware and blah blah blah." What?
Excuse me.
I wasn't aware that the Irish Parliament was here.
Yeah,
crossing the Delaware.
they was on the second boat. Did you not know that?
Reinforcements.
I gotta say though, I have a friend that's sending me memes of George Santos, and one of them was his face on George Washington's body crossing the Delaware. Remember when George Santos crossed the Delaware? He's been having such a good time with those. There's a million of them. George Santos does everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's well worth googling.
George Santos is the next Chuck Norris.
Very true. But it might be more. It might be more. I'm telling you, there's a million. Do you know who he is and what happened?
Oh yeah, he's the governor out of Florida. I don't know what he's
No,
done
no,
recently.
no. I said the wrong thing.
Oh,
That's DeSantis.
decent. Okay.
George Santos is the New York guy that got a seat on the Senate, and he lied about everything.
Oh no, I didn't know this one.
Yeah, he lied about everything. Like he did
His
not.
whole resume was like,
Yeah, he did not go
doctor.
to college. He did not go to anything. He lied about everything. And now he's getting hit with campaign, like he lied about his campaign stuff. Like he put down his campaign manager and treasurer was this lady, and this lady came out immediately. Is like, no, I have nothing to do with him. That's a blatant lie. But he's sitting on the House, or I can't remember which House or Senate, and voting on stuff. And he's just sitting there. And he's like, yeah, I'm here. I lied about everything, but I learned my lesson. No, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my.
Well, that serves New York right for not doing their homework.
Oh, it's crazy. I know. That's why I'm like, how does he get that far? But this guy literally lied his way into Congress. And,
That's awesome.
it's so funny. All the pictures just show him smiling and having a good old time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. But he had a ton of money in his campaign, but nobody can figure out where it came from. He made up names. This is what the thing was yesterday. Because, again, I get all the my buddy's having a heck of a good time with this. But he actually made up names of donors. Like, blatantly just made up weird names that can't even track. They made up addresses.
like Mexico Street or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy
And then
stuff.
they tried to look it up, it didn't exist.
Yeah, they're like, a place in New Jersey. Like, the good news is there's not a new place in New Jersey. Bad news is completely fabricated.
Yeah.
But, everybody in Congress is like, this guy's here, this is awesome. And he's just smiling, having a good old time. Like, oh my gosh.
And see, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of which party you're affiliated with, this is why you need to do your homework on your candidates.
Agreed. Wow. It's if you're not sure, look it up. George Santos, New York. There are memes out the wazoo.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up after
Like
the show.
one of them had he sent me one the other day when the Super Bowl 2 teams were decided,
Yeah.
and one of them had his face on like a player's body. It's like George Santos playing in the Super Bowl.
You know what they ought to do? Invite him out to do the coin toss. Just,
Oh my gosh.
can you imagine the uproar?
Oh yeah. There'll probably be a meme of him doing
Yeah.
the coin toss either way, so
Right.
might as well have him there.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you can tell. You look at him, and he's one of those guys, and you're like, oh yeah, I completely believe this.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that would
Completely lied
has
his way
nothing to
into-
do but sit in his mom's basement and fabricate all his stuff. I see you, Justin.
Yep, got the buzzer ready.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's just lie and see if we can get in Congress. Bloody brilliant!
I know he did. It's unreal. We were talking about it yesterday with all that. I was like, how do you get that far? How do you get people to give you money and nobody does their homework?
Yeah,
I mean, he lied about everything.
yeah. Well, is his name really George Santos?
No, he has several aliases.
Oh, that's even. Oh,
That's the
just
crazy
awesome.
part. Yeah, I mean, So yesterday Colbert had him. He was singing on. There's a Smule or something like. There's an app that you sing songs on.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yes, yeah.
they had him singing songs on that, but under a different name. But they tracked it back to his account and his information, and it was definitely him. And it was like, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, but that's funny.
Well, it's a sad state of affairs when he's a U.S. representative. It's a sad state of affairs when the most powerful government in the world lets clowns like that in.
But, well, at least he's honest that he lied.
No, well, only after he got caught.
Well,
and
yeah.
now his story is, I'm scared straight. I will not lie anymore. Just let me stay in this job. Like they put him on committees because that's what you do. You know,
Right.
You get the job, you get on committees. So he had to pull out of all the committees, and he's like, I'm doing this, and they're like, yeah.
Allegations of stealing money from a dying dog's GoFundMe.
What?
Some dog got sick, so they started a GoFundMe, I guess, and then he stole money out of it.
Yeah, check this out. They got all kinds like Catch Me If You Can.
Sure.
He's on the football deal. In space. It was an honor to be the first man on the moon, George Santos. Mr. Potato Head. Coming to America. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds. It's unreal. People, the internet people are so clever anymore.
Yes.
I get the biggest kick out of it. Anyway, so yeah, my friend sends me these every day. He's like, here's your taste for the day. I'm like, thanks. World War II hero. I taught Jeff Beck everything he knew about playing the guitar, George Santos. There it is. Oh yeah, I'll share this with you.
Well, see, now that just shows how ignorant I am. I was getting him mixed up with the governor from Florida.
I'm pretty sure they're both knuckleheads. George Santos leads the Chiefs to victory again. Still waiting to find George Santos is one of Herschel Walker's kids. He sent me that one too. The secret artist Banksy finally reveals his identity after all these years. George Santos. Now look at him, Joe. Does he look trustworthy?
No. Not to be mean, but as soon as I see that picture with the glasses, it reminds me of Louis Skolnick from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. With the passing of Lisa Marie, George Santos now realizes he must carry on the burden of being Elvis Presley's only remaining child.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's all kinds. It's crazy. Dallas Cowboys signed a new field goal kicker. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway. Justin.
Next up, Peacock.
Yes, so Peacock is jumping on the bandwagon of we're not making enough money and is stopping offering its free tier to new subscribers.
Don't judge. Don Jr. may be engaged to George Santos. They put his face on, I guess, Don Jr.'s fiance's body. There's all kinds of good ones.
So Peacock has stopped offering its free tier to new customers. As reported by the Streamable, potential subscribers who visit Peacock's website will not only see two ways to access the platform, and both of them are paid: Peacock Premium or Peacock or Premium Plus.
No more free.
No. So either way, if you're new to Peacock, you'll need to pay to access the service's library of content.
What the heck?
The free tier still exists, but only available to current users who cancel their premium subscription or those who had access to one of the paid tiers for free. For example, Cox Internet customers.
But you have to, you still have to see commercials even when you pay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
You scoundrel.
Anyway. I may have found a fix on that.
I still.
It's legal.
Yeah.
But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because then they'll find a loophole to go around it.
I started watching Yellowstone.
I can't get into that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I tried to watch the first episode and just couldn't get into it.
You got to get past the first couple.
Okay. That's my problem.
The first couple are confusing, but then once you kind of get ingrained in it, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Everybody raved about it.
People rave about it big time.
Yeah, and I was over at my brother's house, and he's like, "Hey, let's watch this." I'd never seen it, so I was like, "Okay." But yeah, it's not bad. Wading my way through it. It's got like 4 seasons.
Whew. So a Peacock spokesperson told Engadget the move is reflective of a strategy shift within NBC Universal. The company believes Peacock's paid tiers are the best way to experience what the service has to offer. By the end of the year, Peacock Premium will offer more than 100,000 hours of content for subscribers to watch, including live sports, content from the Premier League and Women's World Cup, as well as next day streaming of Bravo shows and Peacock originals like Bel Air. So if if you haven't tried Peacock and wanted to try for free, sorry, you are out of luck.
They're doing a
Streaming
$30 a year promo, but then I guess it goes to $49.99 after that.
For a year.
Yeah.
I subscribe to Peacock. I have no issues with it. I watch a lot of mostly The Office on there, but
Do you know what yours comes out to?
Holy cow. Comcast says Peacock lost nearly $1 billion last quarter.
yow! No wonder they're moving away.
So their full-year losses in 2022, $2.5 billion.
Let me look here, Justin, because I'm on the ad-supported plan.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, I remember when Peacock came out, it seemed like they were getting into the game a little bit late. You're kind of like, what's Peacock? But then,
Well, what they was able to hang their hat on is like, this is the exclusive home for The Office, and that was literally their
mm-hmm.
Oh, I
to
like
fame.
The Office.
Oh, I do too. That's why it took about 10 seconds of sales pitch to Cena. Like, hey, you want to sign up for Peacock? No. Well, that's where The Office is going. Okay.
But it also, in part of their announcement, Comcast also announced that Peacock's annual revenue had tripled to $2.1 billion, and that the service had gained 5 million additional paid subscribers in its fourth quarter, surpassing the 20 million total. It's very clear we picked the right business model. How do they say that at the same time they're saying we lost $2.5 billion?
Yeah, they're talking out both sides of their face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My plan is $5 a month.
Yeah.
$4.99.
So, although they're under Comcast's umbrella, and Comcast had a revenue increase of 5.6 to 90 billion.
Well, there you go.
So they're doing good, but somewhere they're writing in a loss. Almost makes me think they're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, for like tax purposes, because you can show a loss for so long
Oh yeah.
and still.
7 days ago, Peacock had its best quarterly results since its launch, adding 5 million paying subscribers. Huh. So they're gaining subscribers. They've increased their plan as no more free, but yet they're recording a 2.5 billion loss.
Yeah.
Something seems sketchy. Interesting. All right. What else you got?
Well, if that's it. If you have Peacock and you want, if you're on the free plan,
Adios, amigo.
bingo.
All right, boy, streaming wars are heating up.
I know. But yet the tables have turned. We was on the good end of things, and now the end user is getting the bad end of the deal now.
I'm going back to George Santos memes. I was also king of Zamunda from the movie Coming to America. George Santos on a secret spacewalk. Oh boy.
So you guys ready for a product review?
Yeah. Hey girl, I'm Tom Brady. It's a picture of George Santos.
Brady finally retiring.
Oh,
Again?
He already did that. I don't believe it until I see it.
Okay.
Holy crap! I just invented electricity, George Santos.
Yeah, what are we reviewing, Joe?
So,
Some sort of password thing?
yeah, password manager. So a few weeks ago, or might be a month or two ago at this point, who knows?
Oh gosh.
LastPass had a breach in their password vaults. And not only did they have a breach in their password vaults, but they kind of covered it up and it got some bad press. And people like me said, you know what? It's one thing to have a breach, but if you'd been a little more upfront with it, I probably would have stayed on the bandwagon. But you said timeout.
Call timeout.
Okay.
Crystal Payne commented on our podcast. First time in a long time that somebody's commented.
Okay.
Crystal Payne, thank you so much.
Shout out.
I'm
Crystal.
so excited.
Crystal, you're welcome, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's what I'm,
Yeah.
I'm yes.
Yeah.
All right. We have a fan.
Yeah.
It's so rare to get any feedback.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, anyway, thank you, Miss Payne. I really appreciate it. She says nothing is free. Someone's paying somewhere. I agree wholeheartedly. She must have been listening to my rant.
Probably
Yep.
must have, yeah.
Yeah, poor thing. I'll try to do better. Justin, you brother. Got to work at buzzer more. Anyway, back to the business of product review. So yeah,
Yeah.
Joe, you were LastPass,
Yeah.
and yeah, it all went sideways. So if you're not sure what we're talking about, go back
And
Oh,
listen to a
yeah,
previous
yeah.
episode. So
Yeah.
I was in the market for a new password manager. So I found Bitwarden. So I've used Bitwarden for a few weeks now, and here's my review of it. So Bitwarden is an open source security password encryption management system. And
Holy cow, Joe.
okay, I know it's still a lot of technical jargon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So open source security. Let me first explain what that is. Open source software is software that anybody can look at the code and monitor it and see if there's any improvements that can be made or security issues, or say, okay, here they're actually stealing your information. Here's how. It's kind of a software platform where everybody can make sure everything's only up and up.
Like Firefox, isn't that open
Yes,
source? Like
yes.
the open source web browser?
Yes. Yes, that way you can make sure it's secure and it's not pulling on a Google or Facebook stunt and stealing your information. So that was a big plus for me. It's like, hey, it's open source. I kind of like that. It's not free though, but we'll get, well, it is, but it isn't, but we'll get there. It has end-to-end encryption, which means, so when the data is transmitted from Bitwarden's servers to your device, it's completely encrypted. It's encrypted at both ends. So there's no way anybody can do what they call man-in-the-middle attack, sit there and watch your password stream across the internet from their servers to your device. And they also have built-in third-party, it's third-party audited, which means they have an outside company come in and look at their security logs going, okay, yeah, you guys are secure, or here's where you need to improve. They're completely, unlike LastPass, they're like, hey, we have nothing to hide, let's make this as secure as possible.
I like that little dig.
Yeah.
Unlike LastPass.
Yeah. And also, you can have the ability to sync all your devices. So you can create your account, and you can load add-ons to like your Chrome on your desktop. You can load it on your phone, your tablets, and that way you have all your passwords synced across all your devices.
Nice.
And it also has tools on the website where you can check your entire password catalog and see if any of those passwords have been related to any of the data breaches, or if you repeat passwords, like if your password on Amazon, the same password you use on Facebook, it'll say, hey, you use the same password, you need to change one of them.
That's not a good thing?
No.
Oh.
Here we go again. Dave asleep at the wheel.
Curses. I'm pretty sure when you've been doing it as long as I have, it's no longer asleep at the wheel, it's just like ingrained. So how long have you been using this again?
Probably about 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
Maybe a month at this point, but
Alright. So, getting ingrained in it, I got it.
So the situation with LastPass where like a developer's computer got hacked or
yeah.
something like that, I mean, could that arise with this
Well, yeah.
place too? They're
It's
not immune from that, or?
no. I mean, if you're connected to the internet, you're not vulnerable. When it comes to the big companies like this, it's not if but when, because they have a huge target
Yeah.
on their back.
And I remember your issue with LastPass was they didn't disclose it until like 6 months later, and like, oh yeah, by the way, it's Christmas, but hey.
Yeah, like 2 days, 3 days.
Unwrap this baby.
Yeah, 3 days before Christmas, they went, oh yeah, by the way, when we told you that your sensitive encrypted data wasn't hacked, yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
It and the keys to decrypt it was hacked. Sorry.
Yeah. So just poor reaction to a situation.
Yeah.
And poor handling.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you have a pro con list?
Yes. So my first pro is it is easy. It's incredibly easy to use. Literally, you sign in and you create your account. Let me pull up the price points here real quick.
Yeah. Hold on. Before you sign in, let me change the camera so we can see what you're typing.
Okay. So you pull up their website here. Should have.
And this is where you just have to know one password, right?
Yeah, you just have to know what they call your master password.
Yeah.
So as long as you know your master password, it'll remember all of the rest of your passwords for you.
Nice.
Here we go, pricing. So for personal plans, you can get literally a free plan, and it's free forever, and it gives you your bells and whistles on that. And you can bump up to the premium, which is $10 a year, and it includes advanced two-factor authentication, emergency access, Bitwarden authenticator, and security reports. Or you can go for the family plan, which is $40 a year, and then there's gives you up to 6 users. So literally, you can, Dave, in your case, if you wanted to share, like your Amazon password, whatever, with your kids.
Oh no.
I said if.
Oh no. It would be you see what's on Amazon?
Yeah.
Never mind, I got the password, I'm good to go, here we go. You just show up my door and be like, what's this about?
Well, I don't know, Dad.
Yeah. I don't know, but it fits me, so
Yeah. Yeah.
No sense in sending it back now.
Exactly.
That's weird, that's in my same shoe size.
Yeah. So for the business plan, it gets really expensive. It's $3 per month per user for Teams organization, or for enterprise level, it's $5 per month per user. So completely affordable.
Well, I was gonna say I don't feel like that's at the expensive.
No,
really.
I was being sarcastic.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because considering what you do, like business wise,
Yeah.
Like I know with PAX, we have a lot of we employ so many people.
Right.
So our information is super sensitive, and
Right.
we deal with a lot of child information. That is
Right.
super sensitive.
Right.
So people are always bummed because they come up in the hallway and like, oh hey, we have something, and can we use your internet? I'm like, no. We can't. Just because we have so much sensitive information. So that's per the IT guy.
Right.
But you know what I mean. So I can see for a business that's cheap for what you get security wise.
Yeah, it is the same price as LastPass, and I know this because I was a previous LastPass customer.
What about the free tier? What are you missing out on?
So the free tier, it basically gives you unlimited passwords, unlimited devices, all the core functions for free. You're missing out on the advanced features on the family plan. Well, they don't offer a free plan on the business. So.
Well, I have a question though. Why would they offer it for free, and you get all that? Where do they make their money?
You get just kind of the bare minimum features.
Yeah.
So if you go to the $10 a year, you get advanced two-factor authentication.
Okay.
You get emergency access. So if for some reason you have forgotten your master password or something like that,
mine's super easy. Password 123.
Or let's say Dave gets in a car wreck and he's in a coma, and I need his Facebook password for whatever reason. There's emergency access you can set up to get into that. You get Bitwarden authenticator for the pay plan. So
hold on, I just want to clarify that if I'm in a car accident and I'm unconscious, you're going to update my Facebook status for me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let people know.
Joe, I really appreciate that.
Anytime, buddy. Hey, I'm here to help.
Your job will be to forward on the George Santos meeting.
Exactly. That's
don't miss that. Okay?
Right. That's what I'm gonna say. I can't.
I know Dave is out of commission, but he would want me to forward this meme.
Yes.
So here you go. You're welcome.
And you can get some security reports and more. So there's some valuable stuff that come with the paid plan.
I just can't help but go back to the whole, if it's free, then you're the one, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're selling your information, like who are we talking, GetRx.
Well, in this case, it's different because they actually have paid plans.
Right.
So.
Okay. Cons. Hit us with the cons, Joe.
Oh, no, I'm not done with the pros.
There's more.
Yes.
But wait, there's more.
The second pro is it's affordable. For personal, it's literally from free to $40 a year for a family.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
And then on the business side, it's $3 a month for the cheap plan, $5 a month for the most expensive plan. Very, very affordable. My next pro is it's more stable than LastPass from personal use. I had LastPass on my phone, and it was quirky. Like sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and it was just a constant battle. And sometimes they just decided, I'm not even gonna pop up for the passwords. You're gonna have to go find it manually.
No way.
So it's more stable. I have found I've had less issues in the 3 weeks I've used it than I ever did with LastPass. My next pro is it's open source. So they're not hiding behind a gate going, oh, you can't see our software code. We can't show you that.
Now, does that pose them for a risk, though, to get
No.
hacked and someone changing the code?
No, because with it being open source, there's plenty of other people sitting around going, that code right there, that's not somebody. A bad guy can get in and take it full advantage of that. So you need to fix that.
Okay.
No, because the code is different than the security. It's two different things.
Gotcha. Okay.
and also gives you the ability to import from LastPass. So
Just
yeah,
import it right over and keep on trucking.
yes, so you can.
How convenient. Let us make it easy for you to switch.
Yes, yes. So it was easier to import it into Bitwarden than it was to export it from LastPass. So when I exported my entire password catalog, or whatever you want to call it, out of LastPass, it gave me a second it opened up a different window that had my entire database.
Yeah, how would you possibly know your password to all that stuff from LastPass?
Well, they give you, in LastPass gives you the export button, yeah.
But I mean, okay, because otherwise it generates them and you don't know them. You only know the one.
Right.
Holy cow.
Yes,
That could be a whole fiasco.
So LastPass has an export button. So I clicked the export and downloaded an Excel spreadsheet, and then it also created a separate web page with all the information on there. So I tried to import that spreadsheet, and I only had like a third of my passwords. I was like, no, something's not right. So I went back to that second web page that LastPass had given me and copy and pasted all that into Bitwarden. And Bitwarden went whoop and put it all in there and done. So I mean, it was very easy to transfer from one to the other. Now my cons.
Cons. Lay it on us.
The first con, and I was not aware of this being an issue. Of course, I've had 0 issues, so it's not a big issue on my part, but it's kind of a heads up. They don't have any chat or phone support, even with the paid plans.
Really?
Yeah, it's all email only. LastPass, they have an actual 800 number you could call and talk to a person. So I'm kind of,
That's frustrating because if you had a problem and you had an emergency, you sure don't want to wait around on email.
right. So I mean, I don't know what the response time is on emails, but for some reason I don't think like 10 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute response time.
Yeah, and I just
Test
bother
it
me.
out. Make up a problem. Or just pretend. Help.
Yeah.
See how long it takes them.
So no phone or chat support. And the next con is it doesn't enter the login info 100% of the time. I've had a few buggy issues where, like, if I click the username, it won't pop up. But then when I click the password, it'll ask me then do you want Bitwarden to input your information? Or even on my laptop, I'll go to a website and sometimes it'll just automatically put it in. Sometimes I have to actually click it and tell it to input the information. And then sometimes it still won't, and I have to actually, but it doesn't do it as often as LastPass did, so I'm not enraged by it, but it's just a little minor nuisance. It's like, okay, you said that it'll do this, but it's not doing it 100% of the time.
I still can't get past they don't have any kind of live support.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're an IT guy,
Right.
if you needed to get into something and there was a glitch or a problem, oh, sorry, I'm just going to stop my business in its tracks until I can get into this program I need to get into, and I'll just sit and wait on your email.
Right.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a technology business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
And with
Justin,
with paid plans, now if it was like a completely free service, I'd understand it.
Yeah. You're doing it for free. You're at their women call, but if you're paying,
right.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crucial. Okay.
And so that's my cons. I only have 2 cons, but one of them's kind of.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Before we go to the rating, can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
I mean, just for a total novice here, I mean, walk me through, if I were to start right now, like I would open up my browser and I would go to every like web page that I have a password for. I would log in, I would change my password, and then Bitwarden would remember it, or?
Yes.
But I would have to go actually log into all those sites individually, right?
Well, not initially. So here's how Bitwarden works. So
because I've got like 100, it's like crazy.
Right. Well, here's what you do. You don't have to sit there and make it a chore. You don't. You just create your Bitwarden account. You create your vault, and you load the extension on your browser and load the app on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does, it just sits there and monitors. In the background, doesn't bother you. But then let's say you go to Facebook and you log in. It goes, hey, I noticed that you logged in on Facebook. Would you like Bitwarden to save your password? Absolutely. And you just click save and go on to the next. Or if you change your password on Facebook, it goes, hey, I noticed you changed your password on Facebook. Do you want us to save it? Update your vault? Absolutely. So it does that in the background. You don't have to make it a chore sitting there going, What all websites do I have? Okay, I have Netflix, I have Facebook, I have Amazon. You don't have to do all
Just
that.
whenever you use it, it updates it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I just noticed Joe just threw a curveball into my rating because he's talking about this program as if it's his old friend that just kind of hangs out with him. Hey, I noticed this.
Doesn't bother you at all.
I'm right here by your shoulder.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
There. Well,
taking care of you.
and it'll generate strong passwords for you.
Yeah,
Also.
it has a password generator where literally you click a little gear and say generate.
Because you said basically, I would want every site to have a different password.
Exactly.
Ideally.
And probably the whole garbled mess of
Yeah.
password stuff they make up that you can never figure out.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Now you want to make your vault password
Yeah.
something that you can remember. But
Password 1 2 3 4 works for me. It's awesome.
4 3 2 1 Dave.
Oh, that's right. I changed. I forgot.
Yeah. But then anything inside that, make them all generated passwords. So then if your Amazon account gets hacked,
Yeah.
well,
Boy, I'm
well,
torn.
well, there's less likely a chance because you have two-factor authentication turned on. But yet I can't get into your email because your email is a completely different password than what your Amazon account was.
Yeah.
But in theory now, I mean, say I try out the free version, use it for like 6 months, end up changing all my passwords, but then I, for whatever reason, decide, oh, I don't like this. Then now all my sites have.
You have to do the export and you have to go through.
I have to
and
go
change your
back
password,
and
yeah.
change everything.
Well, you
Yeah.
can still change your password. You do the forgot password deal to change
Right.
it for you.
Mhm.
Well, or just log into the account because you have the password right here in front of you. So you just go in and click update or change password, log into your account, click change password, update
Okay.
password, whatever the website says. And then most of the time it'll say, what is your current password? So you have that password in front of you, put that password in, and then go ahead and create yourself a new
Yeah.
All
password.
right. There's nothing I could lose here.
Gosh.
Might as well give it a try.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna stick with my password. Password 4321.
Yeah, Dave's going to stick with his
I like it.
password
I'm used to it.
taped to the
I'm
bottom of
used
the
to it.
keyboard.
Yeah.
My IT guy said, if you like something, don't change.
You got a new IT guy?
You said Sling TV, it does what you need to be done. My password does that for me.
All
I
right.
heard you.
Rate this baby up.
I know, I'm torn. I feel Joe threw a curveball there. Man, I'm gonna say 3.5.
Oh, I think it's a 4. I think,
That's a big con,
yeah, it is, but
because he's a tech guy. If something goes bad,
I think the ease of use and just the open source and
I think the easy use is for somebody else he talks to and says, hey,
True.
you can do this, it's easy. Because, I mean, you got to realize, he's got to walk people through this. He sells them a product and then it's like, hey, I got to deal with this. So I agree with you. That's a big bonus.
I mean, no tech support, but it hasn't bitten him in the butt yet, so I don't think he's too mad about it
Or they
yet.
just don't. No, it hadn't bitten Joe.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's sitting there saying, when that day comes, ooh.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna go
Because he's
4.
an IT guy. He's got to look ahead.
I'm
Right.
probably wrong. I'm usually wrong about these, but I'm going 4 stars.
You might be. I started to go 4, but I'm going to roll the dice and say 3.5.
Okay. Well, Justin, congratulations, Sure. You won this round.
Give me the buzzer. This is baloney.
Yeah.
You need the prices right Bell now. 4 out of 5. I wanted to give it the full 5-star Joe stamp of approval, and trust me, I had the rubber stamp ready.
Really?
Last night because I was trying to find cons. I couldn't find a con. I was like, let me go see what everybody else is having trouble with. And when they said no phone or chat support, I thought, okay, maybe that's an old review because I guarantee business has picked up since LastPass. And it's like, nope. They've got community forums and email. I'm like,
well, it's really hard to get a
not
5-star out of you, Joe. So.
Right.
He doesn't just hand those out.
No.
No way.
I've only seen like 3 of them in my life.
It's like Bigfoot. You hear about it, but you don't see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joe, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, and they have any questions about anything we've talked about today, how do they get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltech.com. And follow us on social media on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at amdigitaltech for all that. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major platforms, and all of our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
All right. And remember, if you have any questions about GoodRx, YouTube TV, Peacock, or
Bitwarden.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then get a hold of Joe, and you know what I like is you guys take care of the community. You're local, so remember that. If you're shopping local, you need tablets, computers, any of that good jazz, call Joe. And I would say Cena, but Cena's moved on to greener pastures. She got tired of working with you, Judge.
That's
So
what it
I'm gonna-
was.
I'm going to work for the community now. So, you know, what a wonderful deal. You and Cena are awesome, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, so if you need any issues resolved in Roane County, FARs, maps, deeds, that kind of stuff, Cena's the person to see now.
Cena is going to beat you when she gets home. She's going to be like, listen, buddy.
Hey, that's her job. I'm
Yeah, it is.
I'm promoting her job so she can't get too mad.
Go see Cena, yeah.
Now I could like get myself in trouble and say, hey, just drop your tech off it there, and that will get me in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
That will get me in
But,
trouble.
no, it's awesome. A&M keeps all the wheels turning behind Patch here.
That's right.
You're walking out of our office with more laptops today, Jess.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We're hard on laptops. I don't understand. We only do like timesheets and stuff and reports, but man, we're hard on 'em. It might have something to do if we try to make 1998 laptops last forever, but
That's just
I'll
crazy
leave that
talk.
up to my IT guy. That's not my problem.
That's his worry.
Yeah. Anyway, we really appreciate it. All right, so A&M Digital Technologies. Make sure you shop local. We got tons of local businesses here in our wonderful community, and I know we like to talk about them occasionally. But you know, shop local. Keep our community going. If you have any questions about technology stuff, call Joe. A&M Digital Technologies, and the number is.
304-927-3588.
I saw you remembering that way his head. Justin's on this.
Yep.
I know.
All right. Well, for myself, Joe, and Justin, we'll be back next week. Everybody, have a great day. I mean, this is a good day for a Thursday. Have a great rest of your week. Friday's here tomorrow.
Yay.